Hi, welcome to Part of My Frenchie. This is me, 143. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am going to fix this camera a little bit. How is everybody doing today on this wonderful Frenchie Friday? Hope everybody is doing well. I'm really curly today. Now that I'm looking at this, like in the light. How is everybody doing today? Hope everybody is well. It is Frenchie Friday, so it's a good time to have some fun and just talk about some random things today. If you are new, please throw your name in the chat. Tell us who you are, where you're from. You don't have to give us all that, but just say hi in the chat. Hey, Dave and Violet are here. Hello, hello. Hi, Albert. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, if you're new here, well, even if you're not new here, say hi and jump in and hello, beautiful moderator. Yeah, so these are our fun days. If you're new here, Tuesdays are our pet loss days where we talk everything about pet loss and support. It's a safe place to come and feel normal, have a community that surrounds you, and just be supported with what you're going on. And it doesn't have to be. A lot of people think that they need pet loss and grief during a loss, soon after. Grief is an ongoing thing. Hey, hi, Daniel, how are you? But grief is an ongoing thing. So there's no time. Hey, Michelle, hello. Yes, this is the fun day. Hello. Yeah, so this is just, again, open topics. Throw questions, comments in there. If you have ever had any burning questions for me, throw them in there. I'll answer anything. But yeah, I'm just so very, very happy that everybody's here. Like I said, if you're new, welcome. You've got a great community. If you don't have a friend, you have a bunch now. So decided to go with the light blue today. I don't know. It was just kind of in a blue moment. Usually the moderator says wear green, but I don't know. I kind of was going for blue today. And again, ultimate curliness. I don't know what was going on. All I know is that I was, just trying to get in the mood to put on a good show today for Frenchie Friday. So, Dave, where's Patty? Patty's usually on by now, isn't she? Or she should be. You should be peering over and seeing her in her chair. Got my Starbucks. Life is rolling. So, anyways, quick introductions. Oh, there's Patty. Oh, you were citing the petition. Yay. Real kind of quick. Yay, thank you. Hey, hi, Terry. How are you? So happy that you're back. Thank you. Yeah, I did put a link up in the chat. It is for the change.org petition that I'm trying to get passed here in Ohio. You don't have to be from Ohio in order to sign it. The more the merrier. If people can go there and just sign the petition. Wonderful. Good. I am doing well myself. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. But you don't have to live in Ohio to sign it. I need all the support that I can. I'm starting at the Ohio level, and then hopefully I can move it on to the federal level. But in a nutshell, it is the Ohio Companion Animal Bereavement Leave Act. And what it does is it is asking businesses, companies to please put a bereavement clause into their current human resources clause or their policies at work, which would allow up to 2 to 3 days for bereavement for people that lose a companion animal. And it is all spelled out in there. I've had a lot of interesting mixed reviews on it, which is fine. I love a challenge, and I love when people ask me about things or questions, and I've really hit every kind of angle for it, because what it does is it creates a happy medium for the employee and the employer. I wanted something that would benefit both. So this act really encompasses both, because again, we're trying to deal with the purpose of this channel, not only for pet losses, but is to break the stigma of disenfranchised grief. Disenfranchised grief is like pet loss grief, where society basically overlooks it. You're made to feel embarrassed if you grieve a pet, and it's downplayed, and that's not right. It's not right. Anytime somebody's feeling something, it shouldn't be downplayed, especially a loss of an animal that gives us unconditional love, is in our hearts, yes, and our homes for 365, 7 days a week. And speaking of which, here's Rosie. You gonna say hi? And we oops, I know you knocked my stuff over. You're so good though. But they give us unconditional love, and they're our whole world, right? They become our identity, and basically they're the only little creatures that are excited to see us when we come home. Where are you going? Are you leaving? You leaving? Get over here. Come here. Rosie is also one that doesn't listen very well. Come here. Come here. No, but in all seriousness, why I don't know why it's been overlooked for a period of time. And I think another reason is as well, and I've had this question brought to me, and I have covered it in my act. People are saying, well, are you comparing this to a bereavement act or bereavement policy? You look like you're offended at me. But they ask if I'm comparing this or putting it at the same level as a human bereavement policy, and the answer to that is no. They're two very, very separate things, because human grief and pet grief is two separate things altogether. Hello, yes, Rosie says hi. She's in a weird mood, but I'm happy. I'm happy she's happy. So I have submitted all the petitions and the documents and so forth to the all of our representatives and senators in the state of Ohio. Thank you. And so all that's been sent off as of, I think it's been about a week and a half now. So I'm in the process of getting them followed up with, and then I actually kind of took a pretty large move and created a package for and submitted it to my current employer. So maybe they can enact it, into our current policy at work. I don't know. My thing is this: if you don't ask, you don't know. So I submitted everything up to my own employer for them to review it and see if it's something that we can fit into our policy. It may go hand in hand because we offer. Thank you, Howard. It goes hand in hand. We do offer pet insurance where I work because I'm very blessed with the company that I currently work with. They're thank you. They take care of their employees a great deal, and like I said, I think it was maybe been 2 or 3 years now where we can also add in pet insurance to our policy, our benefits, which is just wonderful. So, it's very nice when you work for an employer that cares about their people. That's very important, and I think that's why there's a lot of longevity here. True, you're right. You know what, Stephen, you're right. And I think maybe, and I mean, I'm just kind of speculating on it. People do ignore it. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, Ray. I think too, because it is a lot of work. I've never done anything like it before. It is a decent amount of work that goes into all the paperwork, and then it's a lot of work, to have to, print out everything. I've printed out everything. I have everything, bound and sent. And I mean, it's, been pretty pricey process. But you're right. It takes work. And, it takes knowledge, which I'm not going to lie, I didn't have any. So it's taken research on where to go, where to start, and then, actually trying to do something that's going to make a difference in the world, right? Um, I always have this theory of, everywhere you look, right? Anywhere you go, the computer that you're on, uh, telephone you use was all at one time just some crazy person's idea, right? And then they put the work into it, and look what we have now. We have got computers, we've got phones, we've got, for God's I just picked this up. We have purple Podicure polish. We have dog nail polish. Somebody was sitting at their house saying, I want a pet safety nail polish. And lo and behold, here we are. Another company bought it. Voila. And then, a person like me walking through the store also bought it for my dogs, which I haven't used it yet because I left it down here after the last show and to show everybody on the show. And I have not used it. That's going to be on my goal list tonight. Probably when I go to see the moderator. So anyways, couple quick introductions. We've got our beautiful moderator. She's on. This is her puppy Noir, which is also my grand dog, but she will be monitoring the chat. The only thing that I ask is that everybody just remains cordial to one another, respectful. Everybody can have fun in the chat and so forth. But if the moderator is just like her dog. She's mean when it comes to bad comments. So she will ban you if there's a bad comment there, which is fine, I guess. Where are you going? And look, my Lola's down here with me today too. So, but anybody that knows my Lola, she is a little bit older girl, and I wonder if I can come here. Want to come over here? I don't know if I can show her on here. Come here, Loli. Because she never gets it. Oh, now Rosie just jumped up here. I moved Rosie's stairs so that Lola could come up here. No, come here. All sorts of weird stuff. But anyways, so yeah, so that's what we're in the process of working on. It's gonna be an uphill battle with regards to getting the petition put into place, or to get the act put into place. But I'm also one that I don't really like to take no for an answer. So, if one says no, we've got a lot of other, hey, Adam, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If one person says no, we'll just go to another person. We've got different representatives, and I just wish I've never been into like politics or anything like that. So, I don't really have any kind of ins in politics or know people like that. So this is all, like I said, actually, Adam, yes, interesting enough that you say that. So yeah, so Mary the Medium and Jason were on my show this past week. If you did not see it, you can look into my list of videos that I have. And honestly, where is it at? Adam, the cool thing is I showed this picture, and it was a brief, like, here, I got it right here. I'll show you. It was there's my other pictures. It was a brief, yes, they are. So Adam, I just showed this picture real quick, just to the audience, and then I put it away because this is my Easter picture, one of the pictures I love of all the dogs that participate. And which, Daniel, I'm going to have to add Molly to this. So I'm going to have to get a picture of Molly. So, oh, hey, hi, hello. So I showed this, and honestly, Mary the Medium picked up on the dog here, which this dog here is Dave and Patty's Violet. And so, and honestly, everybody that saw the show, you can see, like, I didn't even hold that picture up for a long time. It was just rather just like a quick snippet of it. And good. Send him on over, Daniel. But I showed a quick snippet of it, and it was, I want to say, later, all of a sudden she had brought up, the dog in the picture. I pointed it out, and where did you meet? Oh, hey, I will tell you that in 2 seconds because those are good stories too. So, anyways, she pulled out that dog and had mentioned that uh, the dog was missing missing her like sister or litter mate, and I asked Dave and Patty in here about Violet and where she came from, and sh they what had come up was Violet's brother was adopted. Violet's a rescue. So Violet's brother was adopted the day prior to her, and then her sister, Violet's sister, was adopted an hour before or hour after her. But either way, she was saying that Violet was missing her sister. And then, if you're like, okay, well, that's kind of vague, right? Then she brought up something about tooth issues. And Violet had like a tooth surgery. I think it's been like 3 or 4 months ago now. And then something with the stomach, which Dave and Patty's dog that passed when it was born, the mom dog, when puppies are born, mom dogs like bite the umbilical cords off of them in order to get them, detached. And when her mom did that, she bit her umbilical cord too close and it caused her tummy to open up. Now, I know this because I was there helping birth those dogs. Cookie was my dog, and she was having 3 puppies. And her name was Ginger. Ginger was the first one to come out, and when she came out, she had like bit the umbilical cord too close, and I couldn't figure out why. But Cookie all of a sudden started, because they were in a box thing. She all of a sudden started covering the puppy up, and I'm like, oh no. And that whole birthing was a fiasco. I had never done that, like birthed a dog before, or went through child or dog birth with a dog before. So I was trying to they have all these weird kind of, they're like, when your dog goes into labor, make sure they're in a quiet spot and make sure it's dark and all this stuff so that they can relax. And so when she went into labor, I kind of had like a vet on call just in case something was going to go wrong. And I remember calling my vet and I'm like, yeah, it looks like she's going into labor. And the vet was like, oh, is she doing this and that? I'm like, I don't know. It's dark in here. You have me have it dark in here. So I've got a flashlight. And I mean, this poor damn dog was probably looking at me like, what is wrong with this lady? So I'm like, look with the flashlight. And then of course, when the first puppy, came out again, she cut the umbilical cord too close and she was covering it up, but I didn't know that. I didn't know why she was covering it up. So I'm like, that can't be a good sign. So I called the vet and I'm like, hey, we got one puppy out. We knew that there was 3. We got the first puppy out and she's like covering it up. Well, the vet said to me, she's like, you know what? She's like, why don't you bring her in? And I'm like, bring her in. She's like in active labor, And I'm thinking, again, never was with a dog that went into labor, but I didn't realize that, there could be some time between some of the puppies. I'm thinking it's like a human labor where it's like, it's go time. It's go time. And so I scooped up Cookie. I had the puppy in my lap wrapped up as I'm driving. So I'm like, driving like a crazy person. I've got this dog that's in labor here. I've got this puppy on my lap and I'm driving. And we get to the vet and they knew I was coming. So they come running out and they grab, they grabbed Cookie and then they grabbed the puppy from me and they took him back. And I was sitting in the waiting room and she comes back out, the vet did. And she's like, hey, I just want to know, do you want to save the puppy? Well, that is like the complete wrong thing to ask me. Probably another dog owners too. I'm like, what do you mean? Why is that an option? Why, and then, all these crazy things go in your head, right? Like, what do you mean save the puppy? I mean, that's like asking me if I wanted $1 million. Well, yeah, save it. What, of course. I just thought that was like the stupidest question on the planet. I'm like, of course, save the puppy. But I didn't know what I was saving the puppy from at that time. So they run back and they're doing their thing. And then afterwards she came back, she's like, okay, everything's great. And I'm like, well, what were we saving it from? What was going on? And that's when she told me, when Cookie had taken off the umbilical cord, she had bit too close to the puppy's stomach, and it was actually causing her like little intestines to come out. So it's like Cookie knew she had kind of screwed up and that the puppy was going to die. And had we not gone to the vet, because I didn't even see that on her tummy. But had we not gone to the vet, Ginger would have died. And I mean, she was just like a little squirrel. And but they sewed her up, and she ended up living a very, very thriving life. And then Cookie was able to have her 2 other puppies after there, and we went home with 3 babies. They 3 healthy little babies, and a healthy mom, and it was just a good thing. But it was definitely a learning experience for sure. Never been through anything like that, and so we had 3 puppies, and I was told that I was not allowed to keep 3 dogs. So I did what any I think the moderator was at school. I think the moderator was at school when all this went down. But I was not able to keep 3 puppies per the people in my house. And so, because we already had, and at that time, in all fairness, we already had, 2 other dogs. So we already had Sammy and Daisy and Cookie. So, I mean, that would have been, 4, 6, 7 dogs, in the house. 3, 4, 5, 6. That would have been, that 6 dogs. We would have had 6 dogs in the house. I don't find a problem with that. However, yes, Adam, the moderator is my daughter. Yep. Yeah, moderator is 27 years old. She's my 27-year-old daughter. And I did not have her at 12 years old, if you're no, but yeah, moderator is my daughter. So again, I was not allowed to keep 3 puppies. So I did what any rational dog lover would do. I cried, and I called my parents, who were willing to take 1. They were willing to take 1 puppy. This was prior to me crying, and then when I started crying, they knew they had to take 2. So I was very, very blessed that they just they were able to take 2. What are you doing, crazy girl? So anyway, so that's a story about them. So so I said beautiful moderators on, and okay, what was the question here? Is let's see, where did I meet my dogs first? Lola, my current dog Lola, was a rescue, and I had so Lola was she's fine. Lola was a rescue, and it was I was doing when I was doing my pet loss meetings, I was also doing pet shows. So I would go and I would set up tables and talk about pet loss to people and so forth. And while I was there, there was a rescue that I was involved with, and what they had those, oh gosh, they're like the little sheepdogs, the little miniature sheepdogs. But the cool thing about this rescue was they only worked with the dogs that had that were special needs. So they were either deaf or blind. And I think the thing that attracted me to this rescue was the fact that not only did they, do a good thing by finding homes for these deaf and blind dogs, but they also had an agility. They ran like an agility team, a dog agility team, and so forth. And I will tell you what, if you had ever seen like a miracle in your life, to see these dogs, especially the blind ones, go through agility courses. I mean, it was phenomenal. I have never seen any. I mean, if you've seen like the regular like agility dog courses, like in the AKC and things like that, um, they have the same thing for their dogs, but I mean, ramps up, down through the little loopy things. And they were training like blind dogs and these deaf dogs to do these agility courses. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen in my life. Um, and I'm thinking, I have a dog. Well, I've got one deaf dog, but I've got one, dog like, Rosie, that she has no problems hearing and she has no problem seeing, but I'll be damned if I can get her to go through an agility course, because she's her handicap is that she's stubborn, that she's stubborn. And, but she's been to puppy school. She has been, she's a good girl, but she is stubborn. I must say that she is, and she's a character for sure. But anyway, so Lola, yeah, that was a long way to get around how I met Lola, but this rescue had contacted me because, again, they were really kind of breed specific, and they had asked, and they knew I had another boxer, actually two, and they had said that they had this boxer that needed a home, and yeah, tell them, moderator. So they knew that this boxer needed home and asked me if I had any kind of open door in my house. And I said, sure. I said, let me take her for a day or two to see if she's a good fit with the family, because that's very, very important to me. And Lola came to the house and never left. So she's been such a blessing to us. Lola went through training so that she could help people with kids with autism and things like that. And she was like not a full-fledged service dog, but she was like a companion dog where we could take her places and she can interact. So she did amazing with that. Kids love her. I love anytime we have bike trails by our house, and one of the most favorite thing for me to do is when we go on these bike trails, taking the dogs. And there's so many people. I didn't realize so many people that are afraid of dogs, and kids too. And I think they get it from their parents, because usually the parents are afraid of them. But I enjoy taking my dogs out so that like people that are afraid of them can can be able to come up to them and kind of get over their fear. And it's good having the happy medium of Lola, who's she's a big boxer. She's she's got a very low like temperament, and then and then the little dogs. So they kind of get the best of both worlds of two different types of dogs, and and the dogs love it. Are you coming up here? What are you doing? Come here. I don't know what she's doing. But yeah, so I really, that's been the one real blessing for Lola. Come on, you coming up here? Go this way. Maybe she will. I don't know. Come on. We'll see. We'll see what she tries to do. Come on. Up. Up. Ooh. Hang on. We'll see what's happening. Come on. Up. There she is. Now, this is a first. This is a first. So this is Lola. This is Lola. She is my old girl. Now, Lola's never been up on the couch in any of the shows. Hi, sit down. You want to say hi? So this is my big girl. Lola is a boxer. Yeah, she's a boxer. She's yes, you are. She is Lola's. She's 14. Lola's 14. Yeah, she is a boxer, and she's beautiful. Noir, yeah, the moderator's dog. Moderator's dog is a pity, which we should have Noir on sometime too. Oh, thank you. Yes, I tell you, Lola never gets a chance to get up here, so I was shocked when she came by the couch to say she wanted to come up today. That makes me happy, because she normally just lays on the floor sleeping. So she gets to be the star of the show today. If she does. And then of course we've got Jealous. We've got Rosie, the jealous one. So, so anyways, yeah. So that's how my Lola came to us. Rosie was, I got her after, what did I say? Yeah, I do sing that. Oh, and it's funny because I was just at the Barry Manilow concert as well. So they sang the Copacabana there too. But yeah, so, and then, Rosie, I got her from a person that was selling dogs, a breeder basically. And then Coco was my rescue when I went to, actually, I love you. You're so good. You're such a good girl. Coco was my one when I was looking to purchase this other puppy from a person. I was going off of Facebook and they stole my money and they cheated me and so forth. And then all of a sudden on my Facebook page, the Licking County shelter had Coco on there. And I went down and Coco was a hot mess. And she was probably looking at me like, this lady's a hot mess. But we all clicked and I brought Rosie there, and Rosie and Coco just did amazing. It was like they were a perfect fit. And then we brought her home and Lola loved her. And, Sweet Pea, not so much. But Sweet Pea didn't really, care for any other dogs either. So yeah, it was, let's see, my grandson says it. Well, no, there's not. No, there's ornery dogs. I will say that. I will definitely say that. There's definitely ornery dogs. But I know you were asking about Mary the Medium. We after the last show, it went so well, and the one that I was on her show as well, the Thursday before. So we've planned actually on at least once a month her coming on my show, and then myself going on her show. So we're going to work out the dates on that, because we did. I mean, I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot, and I have a deep respect for people that have gifts like that and want to share them with the world. Because again, just kind of like grief. When I had my meetings in person, we did have a pet psychic come in one day, and it was really helpful for people. It was okay. Where are you going? Where are you going? She's never been up here, so this is gonna. Okay, hang on. Nobody wants to see your butt up here or sitting on me. Sit. See, that's why the little dog. Okay, all right. Lola is pretty Lola, pretty girl Lola. Yes, she is. Oh, those are pretty dogs, Adam. The Charles Spaniels. Yeah, those are very pretty dogs. Yeah, but so those are how those all came to me. Now, everybody on here, dogs, cats, what do you got? What do you got? Yeah, Rosie is jealous, Adam. Rosie's very jealous. Yeah, and if you're new here, welcome. Like I said, this is Frenchie Friday. We just kind of talk about everything on today. It's a more fun day. I was not able to go to the fair yet. We talked about the fair and crazy fair food last Friday. I was not able to go to the fair yet. I'm going to try to hit that tomorrow. That's on my goal tomorrow. Well, we did. Yes, the moderator and I did have an eventful afternoon. We went to a store and we got donuts. Yes, we went to a store, and it was interesting because this is female-owned store that we went to, and I don't think that I've ever seen like the moderator. I like get into like, we're very peaceful people. Let me just put it that way. Very peaceful people, but there's always a but, right? We were in this store today, and it was a female-owned store. And as we're looking around, the person behind the counter had gotten a phone call, and you could hear the phone call because she had it like on speaker or whatever. And you heard her say, it was a charge for this and it was this amount. And all of a sudden, the guy was not happy with that response because I guess he didn't realize that there was an additional charge on what he purchased. And which they tell you because we purchased the same thing a short while before. And they tell you that there's this additional purchase on top. And they when he called, he's like, what was this additional item? And she told him, and he's like, well, I mean, and very mean. He was like, well, I'm going to come down there then and discuss this with you. And I mean, almost like he was just going to come down and beat the shit out of this lady. And both like, she hung up with him. I didn't realize she hung up with him. And I turned around right away. I'm like, well, tell him to come on down. I'm like, I'm like, well, if he's got something to discuss with, with that kind of attitude, come on down. And the moderator's like, yeah, we're not going anywhere, and I know, sorry, Dave, sorry. But it was a heat of the moment, and I was just like, you're not going to sit here and be mean to this poor lady that's just giving you information and then basically threaten her, all that stuff. It was crazy. I'd never heard of, I've been in customer service all my life and I had never heard of, somebody being like that aggressive over, it was like a $6 charge. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting day. And then of course, afterwards, on our way home, we had to get donuts because I really like this one donut shop over there. And, so that's always exciting. That's always exciting. I don't know. Has anybody, I'm on Facebook as well. And I know that this past week or whatever, like on TV was Shark Week. And I don't know if anybody here watches Shark Week. Shark Week is, just the week of all the different shark things. And in all transparency, I don't really watch Shark Week. I just know that it comes on every year and it's pretty interesting. Does anybody watch it when it comes out, or, Shark, where they have all the different, series of shark stuff? But it was funny because every time I go on Facebook, which is daily pretty much, right? I scroll through and I just saw one before I came on the show. And it was like two fishermen come face to face with a great white. And I mean, every day it's something on my Facebook feed about, so-and-so comes face to face with a great white shark. So yeah, Shark Week it's basically 1 week of the year and it comes on, I don't know what channel it comes on. Probably the co-producer can tell me what channel it comes on. Or Dave can tell me because I think Dave watches Shark Week. But it comes on like Discovery. Okay. So on the Discovery Channel, it's for 1 full week and it's 24 hours a day. And it's all these different, shows, on sharks basically. And it is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a TV series, right? And every day is different. It'll be different kinds of sharks. It's, they always, different kinds of sharks, their feeding habits, or like one will be like all on shark attacks. Like the different ones are, you just moved Lola over, didn't you? See? But I mean, like one might be on shark attacks. One might be on, okay, let me move my stuff. Here, you can come over here. You want to come over here? So it could be on numerous different topics, but it is interesting. I mean, come here, come over, come over, come on, go on the other side, see what I deal with. Good thing I got a big couch. I probably need to get a bigger couch. But yeah, so anyway, so I was watching all this stuff on the shark thing on the feed, and like I'm seeing like, again, all this, great white shark does this and great white shark. And I'm thinking, well, you're in the ocean. Why is this a shocker, right? Michelle says she watches a shark app watches shark app tracking great white sharks immigrating from Australia to New Zealand now in real time. Yeah, well, they like, is this, Michelle, is this a time that they do that? No. Fun fact, if you go to Michelle's YouTube page, she went into one of those cages with the sharks in the water. So I swam with whale sharks, but actually Michelle went in with the biters because whale sharks don't eat people; they just kind of eat krill and stuff. Michelle actually went into the water with the great whites. So yeah, I just that is Michelle is braver than I am because I would not get into a cage with great white sharks at all. And granted, I went in the ocean not realizing, I mean, I'm sure there's other sharks out there too. I was just, focused on the whale sharks at that time. But yeah, but I'm just like watching. Oh yeah, very, very brave. She is. She is very, very brave. Yeah, yeah. Again, and Michelle, how close to the cages did they come to you? Because I saw those videos. I mean, that God love you. I would not great white sharks, not tiger sharks, not anything that would just turn and bite me for some reason. Um, would not do that. But yeah, you were very good. But it was, like I said, it was interesting because like I'm watching all these things. It's like great white shark does this and great white shark does that, and that bad. You said you've never seen a bad dog before. Let me show you one because this is the second time she's this is the second time she's tried to take out my dog. It is not yours. This is not yours. You see this? This is what a bad dog is. You can't eat my dog. No. So this is going to be a power struggle. All right. You're going to be taken out. You are good. Welcome to live TV, everyone. No, you cannot have it. Not everything on this couch is yours. Okay, like that's heavy. Sorry. I know. See, I know you got in trouble. You got in trouble. So now she's mad at me. But yeah, it I was just like, they have all this stuff in here, and I'm like, this isn't new, right? Because I mean, sharks live in the ocean. Thank you. But sharks live in the ocean, and we don't live in the ocean yet. We're going into their home, right? And sorry, it is, isn't it? Adam, whenever I have my tapings, which I need to do, see, she's getting into my Frenchie find of the week. Whenever I do my dog treat videos, speaking of sharks, these two are like, and wherever Coco Chanel's at, she's on the floor somewhere. But these dogs, when I make my dog treats, will circle, and then sometimes they'll try to jump up and get on the table, and it's a hot mess. Or when I do my taped shows where I'm on the couch, again, the show is called Part of My Frenchie, This Is Me. And the reason why it's This Is Me, because I don't edit anything. I figure this is who I am. Life isn't edited, so here I am. And in the course of that, these dogs have knocked down my lights, knocked off. Coco came, I don't know what kind of crack Coco was on, but she came and she jumped across me one day and broke one of my Frenchie statues that were on the side. And I'm just like, okay, this is what it's like working with dogs. But again, I enjoy it. And it makes real life, right? I mean, no, they're not disciplined, and I don't know why I would expect it. The moderator's not disciplined either, and I've had her for a while. But let's see. Patty says, my luck, first time in the history of a cage experience at the cable would. Oh my God, that would make me sick, right? Being in one of those shark cages and the damn cable would break or something. Oh my God. Oh, so it looks like Dave is not coming down to get you. One person on the boat travel from. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a scary thought. And I mean, anything can happen, right? I mean, hell. I mean, look at that. Oh my God, look at that poor girl that went bungee jumping, right? Right. Oh, one person from America. I wouldn't. It doesn't shock me at all. But that one poor girl that went bungee jumping and she wasn't attached. Oh God, that was just horrible. She wasn't attached to anything, and they threw her off the thing thinking she was attached, and that poor young girl died. Um, but I'm like, how the hell would these people not know that this girl was not attached to anything? Right? Yeah, look at the we went to speaking of the movie Jaws was taped in Martha's Vineyard, and when the moderator and I went to visit Salem, Massachusetts this past year, we went to Martha's Vineyard. We took the ferry boat over to Martha's Vineyard, and we took a whole tour about Jaws and the places they stopped and or the places they shot the movie. It was really, really interesting. And I must say, we stopped at this little like hole in the wall seafood place there as well. And well, yeah, it was. Um, we stopped at a little seafood place. It was like a hole in the wall. We had the best damn lobster. I mean, it was like so fresh. I love lobster, but man, um, yeah, that was some good stuff. But yeah, it's definitely interesting what people will do. And the lady from my work was saying to me too, she she when I was showing her like the video where we swam with sharks and so forth, and she just kept she just kept saying, she's like, you white ladies are just crazy, you're crazy. And I said, you know what, I take that as a compliment because that is true. um, if we see it and if it needs a home, we're gonna pick it up. um, I'm gonna have to look that up. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me because of the way that animals migrate and so forth. That wouldn't shock me at all. But yeah, you know, I'll be the first one. I mean, white ladies are crazy. We do some crazy things, especially when it comes to animals. So if it look, there's no fear in us. If you could have a crazy ass dog standing there, barking its head off, and we'll start baby talking it, and it'll be in our car, and it'll have a sweater on and less than 10 minutes. Just because it's in our DNA or our genes or something like that. But what was I saying? Oh, what else? Oh, well, Patty, I will give a product review real quick. Oh, hey, Mary. Hi. Hello. Mary's on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for hopping in today. Thank you. We were just talking about you. And we were talking about how great the show was, and that we're going to do it once a month with you on our show, and then myself on your show. So it was so great having you. So great having you on. Oh, geez. So yeah, such a great show. And I was telling them as well, we learned so much. We learned so much from you being on. And this is yeah, and here's, I was just saying, Mary, I don't know if you've ever seen Lola. This is my Lola. She decided to join us on the couch. She never really does that, so it's kind of nice. And then Rosie, of course, got out of hand here a minute ago. So, but yeah. So the Frenchie Fridays, just kind of open topics, and which we had. What else? So I've got the moderator. Everybody knows about the moderator. And then I also have a 13-year-old son, which I know I've talked about him a couple times. He can't be on the show at all. I learned that the hard way when I first started doing YouTube videos. Anything live, all transparency, I had no idea how to go live on YouTube. But for some reason at the time, this was 2 years ago, my 11-year-old did. So he was trying to show me how to go live on YouTube. And what had happened was what had happened was we had the camera and he's showing me the thing and all that stuff. All he did was he hit go live and he put his hand, not his whole body, just his hand in front of the screen. And because I had it on me, and for some reason he put his hand in front of the screen. Less than 10 minutes, my whole channel was taken down. And I got flagged for having minors on live. And I'm like, oh my God. And anybody else that knows about YouTube, they're not like really, like you can't just pick up the phone and call the YouTube gods. So I was just like freaking out, like here I didn't even have a chance to do anything with this. And my channel got banned. I'm like, oh my God. So I reached out to YouTube like several times and I'm like, hey, look. And I explained the situation. I'm like, my kid was just showing me how to use it. I'm like, literally, it was his fingers that were in the shot. And I'm like, so anyways, it took about maybe, gosh, at least 2 weeks to get my channel back up and then to be able to go live again. But I mean, if anything, I guess it's good because they show you how serious that is. And I think also what it was, because I had it, in order to do anything productive on YouTube, you have to set it to not made for kids. And so I had to set it for not made for kids. And that's why I think when his little hand popped in there, they were like, oh, yeah, not made for kids. And there's a kid on there. So boom, you're banned. So lesson learned. He will only, if anything he's going to be on, it'll be in my treat making videos, which I think I had him on in one of those, but or anything that's recorded. But for the most part, he never live or anything. But anyway, so he is starting school this week coming up, or next week. And we did he's going to a new school. So we did this whole walkthrough at his new school. And, it's interesting when your kids get older and all of a sudden, the person that feeds them and clothes them and takes care of them, all of a sudden, they're like too cool to be walking next to the person that gives them life. And so going to this new school, you know what? Maybe, we honestly, I think we could bring her on and have her live moderating. She should be actually. She should be coming on. Maybe that'll be on next Frenchie Friday. We'll bring her on. That would be kind of fun too. I don't even know if you've ever been in a one of the treat videos or not. But yeah, so went to the open house for my son's school and found out that he is highly embarrassed of his mother. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I consider myself a semi-cool mom, like, I was, there's other parents there and I could, yes, we could have. Oh, and Noah's such a good girl. She is. She's a good girl. But I was thinking, I'm like, I'm a pretty cool mom, right? And but maybe I'm not. I don't know. I was just like, damn it. I'm like, they just hit those points in life where they're too cool to walk with mom, and it stings a little, and but it's a part of life, right? I think every kid when they hit those teenage years, they all of a sudden they want to be their own people, which again he's adapting his own style, and okay, so Adam said the same thing. I don't ever remember being embarrassed of my parents, back then. I don't really remember all that. I don't know, moderator, were you embarrassed of me when you were a teenager? Yeah, Noah was on a couple of videos. My treat videos, Noah was on. And the birthday videos when we had the I think when we celebrated a birthday. Oh, you were never embarrassed. Okay, the moderator says she was never embarrassed of me. I find that hard to believe sometimes. Because I can be a little loud and I can be a little out there sometimes, and I sing out in public when I probably shouldn't be, and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Like when they go from this like, hey, I love my mom, to now like, please don't stand next to me because you're embarrassing. And you have these mixed reactions like, oh, you know, I'm assuming that probably in the next couple days you're going to want to eat. So you better not be embarrassed of me. Uh, I'm sure that, you weren't embarrassed of me when I bought you that new Xbox or that computer, or, I wasn't embarrassing then. But now, uh, uh, but no, and again, I get it. They'll grow out. And I hope that they grow out of it. And when they get to that age, and they'll be married and need a babysitter when they have kids. That's when I won't be embarrassing. Oh, call up grandma. um but yeah, I mean, and the cool thing is his new school, they do so many, like they have so many like these electives and so forth. And where are you going? There's not a lot of room up here, which is why you never sit up here. You want to sit down? Yeah, she's a good girl. Oh, and here's the jealous one. So Rosie's uber jealous. She's a good girl, though. She's a good girl. I know, right? And she pretty. She's so pretty. I call her my little senior citizen. She's my little senior citizen, and she's so good. She's so good with kids and people. And what? Wait, put that phone photo away, Mom. What do you mean? Whoosh. But yeah, so but they do all these like really cool extracurriculars at his school, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Let's see, what else do I have here on here? I forgot to. Okay, so about I'm sorry. Let me, and this will, because we're like at the end of the show, but I do want to say this because we did have a product review from Patty. Patty bought the Bush's baked beans can with flavored as apple pie. It was an apple pie flavored Bush's baked beans can. She sent it to me and said that it was absolutely disgusting. So, and we're baked bean kind of people, and typically like them, but the one, oh, thank you. The one's flavor, Lola also has a spot on her head right here. And when she was younger, it was real bright brown. But oh yeah, Lola's got this spot on her head right here, and we always called it her kiss spot. So when like people were meeting her or whatever, we would always go, kiss Lola's little kiss spot up top, and so that way she would get kisses and pets and so forth. But oh yeah, I know. Oh, at school with Brady, yes. But yeah, so according to Patty, don't get the Bush's baked beans flavored as apple pie, because Patty says it's not very good. Did you say it tasted like apple pie at all, or no? Or it was just like not a good combination, which I could see. Which, again, tomorrow, if we go to the fair, I want to get one of those Krispy Kreme hamburgers. It's a Krispy Kreme donut cut in half, and it's a hamburger in the middle. Now, some people put condiments on it. I don't like it that way. But I mean, if anything's going to give you a heart attack, I think that the hamburger with a donut on top of it will. But one last thing, my Frenchie find for Friday. My Frenchie Friday find was actually given to me. So I didn't really find it. It was given to me. So it's this planter with a Frenchie on it, which I just found adorable. Now, the cactus that's in here was just this middle piece here. I had just had this middle cactus here. It didn't have, and basically what this was, a beautiful flower on top of the cactus that died. And all of a sudden, maybe like 6 months ago or whatever, all it was the thing in the middle, and then with the little disgusting little head thing. And then all of a sudden it grew these arms and became like this monster cactus. So I feel like he looks like this big monster with a ugly head and so forth. But yeah, this is my mutant cactus plant in my Frenchie find. So Patty says she loves baked beans and loves apple pie, but mixed together, big no. Yeah, you know what though? I mean, in all fairness, it does sound like it would be pretty decent, a pretty decent combination, the sweet and salty and everything. Please don't tell me you're going to eat that. See, both my you're good. I know you won't eat that. You're the good one. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? And she's got all these beautiful markings on her too. She's got like these tiger stripes that run through her. And we always said that Lola was kind of a reincarnation of the three that we lost, because this was before we got Harley. But we always said that Lola was reincarnated into Sammy, Daisy, and Cookie, because she had the white of Daisy. She had the same color fawn as Sammy, and then Cookie was all black. And so Lola has these black stripes that go through her coat. And she was our little rescue that kind of found us. So we always said she was kind of a reincarnated, or, just a version of the three of them that we lost. So, but she's always been a blessing. My Lola's always been a blessing. But anyway, so hopefully I'll get to the fair tomorrow. And it's real dark out there now. But I hope we are at the end of our hour, and I'm so glad that everybody stopped by to spend time with us on Frenchie Friday. You are all so amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking an hour out of your life to spend it with myself and my crazy dogs. And again, when you're here, your friends, your family. Isn't that right, Lola? She's like, this couch is too damn small. I'm going to have to get a bigger couch for Lola. I'm going to have to get Lola a bigger couch. But yeah, so, and then we will see you Tuesday for Frenchie Friday, or Tuesday for, geez Louise, it's late. We're going to see you Tuesday for Pet Loss Tuesday, and that is at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then again for Frenchie Friday. And then Mary and I will get together and we will figure out what days she's going to be coming back on, because that was amazing. And then vice versa. So hope everybody has a good night. Please be safe. Have a wonderful, I don't know where she's going. Have a wonderful rest of your, see, this is what I tell you. This is what it's like working with dogs. So we will see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please be safe. And if you know anybody that needs help with pet loss, grief, and pet loss, grief, and move up here, please have them show up on Tuesday, because we are here to support everybody. So take care. Love everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And I will see everybody on Tuesday. See you later. Oh, and if you can, sign the petition. Let me see if I can put it back here in the chat. Again, you don't have to be, let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. I put it in the chat. If you get a chance to sign the petition, you don't have to live in Ohio. And also, one thing I didn't mention about that, it will, after you sign the petition, it's going to ask you for money. You do not have to pay for money. All it says is like donate money or share. So if you wouldn't mind sharing it to a friend, that would be wonderful. The more people I can get to sign it, the better. And you can read up on it there too and get some more information. But have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Oh, Lola, good Lord. Take care. Good night. Bye.